Hello, I've got to talk quite quickly today because I stupidly have not got very much space on my phone, so I need to clear out some space. So I'll do this one very quickly. We're going to talk about shadows, okay? And I'm going to go through the core questions so that, you understand the answers to them. So the first one is, how are they formed? Okay, so last lesson you talked about 3 new words: transparent, translucent, and opaque. So I'll show you, this is transparent. You can see that all the light can get through to the other side, hence you can see my hand behind it. So that's an example of a transparent object. Translucent, so some of the light gets through or gets scattered at different angles. So you can see, I don't know if you can see on the other side, well, that you see that it looks a bit odd. That's some example of something translucent. And finally, something opaque. No light can get through at all. So translucent and opaque objects are the only objects really that can produce shadows, and shadows are produced because light travels in straight lines. Therefore, if my finger was a light ray, can you see that behind this, no light can get past? If I was shining a light from here, it would form a shadow on the paper behind it because the light can't get to that bit. It doesn't bend around. If it did, no shadows would exist. Okay, can you actually see? You can see some shadows. Can you see that on there from my hand? It's better if I use this torch here. So can you see it produces a shadow? So have a look at the things that might affect the shape and size and direction of the shadow or location of the shadow, how close, how far away the source of light is from the object blocking the light. The angle, can you see when I change the angle of the source of light, it also changes the angle or the location of the shadow as well. And so, yeah, so things like that are going to change the shadow. So time of day, you might see outside a shadow changes its position throughout the day, and that's because the sun's moving across the sky. So the shadow moves as well because different parts of light are being blocked by whatever the object is that we're talking about. So I've shown you some shadows. What affects shadows? Well, we just talked about that. So the angle of light, the size and shape of the object, distance away from the object, and that's it. So if I do run out of time, I might continue talking, but if I do run out of time, I've covered the key things there. So what else can I tell you? Maybe I'll just show you some more shadows just to kind of experiment. Obviously, the further away it is, the source of light, the smaller the shadow, because the closer the source of light is, the more light that is being blocked out by this coaster. Do you see? So the further away, what about if I change the angle? So I'm bringing my source of light down, now I'm bringing it back up again, and you can see what's happening. This is quite something very easy that you can experiment with at home. So yeah, that's it for shadows. It's quite a simple one. Have a lovely day.